You're listening to a Loot Dummies podcast, lootdummies.com. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following a group of friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
The three of y'all's characters, have been summoned to a druid council to the west of Maxim and to the east of the Eclarian Mountains, north of Okerjest. So, y'all went a little bit north of Okerjest. If you keep going north before you reach the Great River, that is where this grove is kind of tucked into the foothills of the Eclarian Mountains. The way that y'all were summoned probably varied between y'all. I think Seth's character was actually figuring out what was going on. So he might have come across another grove that told him about this council and about the summoning. You may have had a bird come and land on your shoulder and tweet it to you, or perhaps the clover one morning had a special message for you. But one way or another, you have been summoned to this council. And over the last few days, everybody would be coming from all over the continent. And so y'all would probably have a little bit of time to reconnect and meet some of the other folks at this council. By the time that it is just past dusk on the eve of the 28th of Frost, it's a special day of the year known as the Ice Moon, which is this mid-winter full moon illuminating everything with a brilliant, crisp blue glow. It is a cold night, but here in this grove, things are warm and lush. There's a good amount of verdant green still around. Things are very mossy and soft and pleasant here. It kind of feels like you're walking around on a padded carpet everywhere you go. There's a great wealth of animals here, all sorts of small birds and rodents, squirrels, that sort of thing. But there's also several large creatures here. As you guys have been acclimating over the last couple days, you've got to feed the great relic sloths that gather just outside the glade that y'all are to have your council in. And at some point, you would have passed by and maybe communed with or tipped a little bit of a nod towards the druid mother. She's known simply as Mother. She is an ancient being. Older than any of y'all, even with some of your elvish ages. She sits perfectly still underneath a large tree with this large cloak draped over her. It's almost as if she has rooted into the ground and become one with the tree that she sits underneath. She never speaks. She doesn't open her eyes. However, she's not lifeless. When you walk by her, a bloom will open as if to say hello on one of the vines that wraps around her shoulder. Or her little blue jay that's often sitting on a branch next to her will give a little tweet of kindness. Mother is Furbolg, which I don't know if y'all remember what a Furbolg is. So they're slightly bovine. They've got little horns and big broad ears that stick off to the sides, and a wide face, but they have these gentle, loving, caring eyes. And so that's what Mother is, but this daughter, as she is referred to, that attends to her and, makes sure that she is kept up with and kept well, is also one. And daughter is also quite old, from what you know. She's also older than any of you guys. However, she has a extremely youthful appearance. As the sun sets and everybody gathers around this council, there's a wide mix of creatures. Another Furbolg, there's an orc, there's one creature that's just this strange myconid mushroom creature that floats around and communicates through sonic waves that you've been able to catch up with. So as you'll gather around for this council, you take a seat in a semicircle around Mother, and Daughter is standing up next to her, and you sit down on the plush moss. Daughter begins to speak. Welcome, everyone, to this council. It is only under grave circumstances that we would pull you away from your important duties across our great land. Mother has asked me to call you all here today that we might discuss what strange transformations are occurring to the beloved animals that call this place home with us. As all of you have experienced, and she kind of scans across, and you can see different levels of anger and frustration and sadness on the other members of the council. These changes weigh heavy on our hearts, and how we, as a full group, might be able to aid them. Now, we would call on those who have had direct experience with what is causing these transformations. Olandor, that you yourself has had direct contact with this, would you mind sharing with us what your encounter was like?
Ollie, or Olandor the Undying, is a 6'5", 258-pound elf who is an incredibly imposing figure with what appears to be a permanent scowl that quickly and easily, effortlessly, if you will, turns into a grin that puts many at ease, including the natural order around him. He is in a beautifully adorned, sparkling clean hide armor that is brown with some green leaves and things of that nature, vines around his arms and legs, barefoot. One half of his hair is shock white, and the other half, split down the middle, is almost an auburn brown. He carries a large spear and a significant sized shield that is in the shape of a leaf, material unknown, that is stained in blood.
Cool.
Olandor is known to most here as the tip of the spear of the druids of the continent. When they are in danger or threatened, they often call on him for his aid in combat. However, they have not seen him in some years, and his whereabouts have been unknown to all. As he steps forward and he speaks, brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters, there's a great and tumultuous evil marching across our lands. I, inflicted by the sorrows of my deeds, have been stuck in a familiar form that you would recognize as me in my great owlbear form. I can feel the pain of the feathers that once were coming out of my shoulders and legs and back. As I was traveling across our continent in owlbear form, a great host of animals passed through, and a creature unknown to me struck me with magic that I've never felt, sending me reeling into the forest. I woke up after losing consciousness, I don't know how many days, and found myself back as you know me, as Olandor the Undying, in my elf form. I'm seeking you now to help me seek justice for the natural order.
Murmur kind of goes across the hall, and you see people furrowing brows and getting concerned. A very large male furbolg speaks up. He says, "It is true. I saw this great host traveling across the Northlands. They were led by one who wielded a shining bright orb that transformed everything in its path." Daughter speaks. "And this host, were they setting upon the humans of this land? Or the humans setting upon them? We've been told that there's been an overreaction to these poor transformed creatures by the humans." And she looks over at a lizard man across from you guys. He speaks up. You guys would recognize him as players as Jack Free.
Oh,
It is true.
Jack Free.
The people of the land that I was meant to protect burned down an entire forest to try to rid themselves of the mutated creatures. In so doing, they drove them into the very walls that they hoped to protect, causing more bloodshed than was ever necessary. Daughter looks around and catches your eye, Taylor. "You have returned from your travels as of late. What say ye, Mr. Ohm?"
So you see a lizard folk man. He's shorter and thinner than average. He stands only around 5'8" tall and 160 pounds or so. He has dull green scaled skin with yellow ridges under his eyes, accenting his face like cheekbones. His large reptilian mouth is fixed in a permanent, kind smile, and his eyes are white with bright purple irises, which are mesmerizing. He stands hunched over at the shoulders, making him look even smaller and showing his age. He's an old lizard folk, considered to be elderly at 52 years old. He has a ridge of purple scales that run down the middle of his head and continue down his back and his long tail, which pokes out from under his robes. He wears plain tan cloth robes. They're stained, but they're not dirty. He has an orange woven belt tied around his waist to close his robes. He has no visible weapons on him, but he has a leather-bound journal tied with the clasp made of some kind of vine that's almost always held in his left hand, and you see a little pan flute hanging off of his belt. This is Ometrian Grassling, but he's better known to all you guys as Ohm, and he speaks up and says, "Yes, daughter, I was traveling south of the Strait of Recus, all the way down in Saladana. I've been there for a few years now, but it seems like an important time to return."
And word has not reached us that there is any changes occurring there yet. This seems to be restricted to Viltuna for the time, so we appreciate your return to us. We value your counsel. Thank you. An orc lady chimes up from the other side. "Well, we must do something. We can't allow the poor creatures of this land to continue to be transformed in ways that are not natural for them. And I've lost favor with the tribe leaders that no longer listen to my counsel and seek to go to war alongside these creatures, using them both opportunistically and working in tandem with them in some cases, to go to war against the other humanoids of the land." Mother doesn't move, but the leaves and petals in front of her grow up into the form of a heart, and then they harden into wood. Daughter looks down at it and says, "Mother would like to know what the representative from the Mahogany Heart would have to say about all this," and gestures at your character, Joey.
Ivatlia is a older elf. She has sunburnt skin red. She has long black strands of hair flowing over the front of her ears, and the rest of her hair falls behind. Blue-green eyes. It's kind of a dull blue-green iris. Her features are pretty distinct. She's wearing green robes, kind of billowing as she stands there. She has a leather waistband that covers her midsection. Her staff is made of mahogany wood. Her assistant that works with her, Kuviel, is with her as well. Kuviel usually travels with her on low-risk environments. Ivatlia says, "Well, as you know, I've had several important pieces of art stolen from me many years ago, and that's caused me to keep an eye out, and there are many, many troubling things that I hear from the people and the plants of our great continent. It must be addressed. Something must be done."
At that, Mother, the ground in front of her, the plants kind of move out of the way. Out of the dirt and mud rises up. You can see these little figurines of four-legged beasts and animals, and then a bunch of creatures standing on two legs, standing opposed to that. And then a wall comes up in between them, and the animals crash against it, and then turn and walk away. The scene kind of shifts. The wall and the people move off to one side, and you see the animals walking, and they kind of peel off, and one of them that's walking collapses onto its side and melts back into the earth. Daughter says, "Mother's right. The peoples of this land are strong, and none of the changes we have seen as of yet will be any more harm to them than what they cause to one another through war. The true need is for us to care for these animals and tend to them, that they do not suffer any more than they have to." About the time that they're saying this, you all feel kind of a static energy charging around you, and next thing you know, the night sky, even bright in this full moon, becomes blindingly blue as you look off to the east and you see this huge column of light shooting way up into the sky somewhere off in the distance. And then a moment goes by and that static energy feeling gets washed over you with a wave, like a shock wave, like as an energy washes over the whole forest. All the trees kind of shift a little bit, all the animals make chirps and cheeps, and then there's a moment of silence. And then next thing you know, all hell breaks loose. Relic sloths come bursting out of the forest as light and fire and energy with every stomp they take. And I actually need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
Early roll.
I'm writing so many words. Oh.
Here we go, opening up my new character.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right, Ohm rolled a 17 for his first initiative.
All right.
Oh, my God. 10 with advantage.
Oh, man. Okay.
Negative 12.
Look how big these things are. My God.
My lord. All right, so one of them beat all of you. And so it comes just stampeding through, boom, 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 and runs close to you guys. Everything's just running every which way. After the initial blast and the chaos happens, some people get like immediately knocked out of the way by a relic sloth, and everybody kind of scatters because one runs straight through the circle that you guys were in, and then there's more coming. Daughter shouts out, she says, "We must protect Mother!" And she kind of like makes a little wooden wall around Mother.
Mother, you know your mother.
After that first one runs over by you guys but doesn't quite reach you, it's going to be Ohm Grassling's turn.
All right. So I've got one right in my face, pretty
You
much.
got one on like either side of you. One was running kind of sideways across, and then another one coming from the east, where the bulk of them are coming from.
We were all in a circle talking to Mother, so were we still all kind of right there?
Yeah, y'all are all still pretty close to each other, but the rest of the druids, I'll be honest, I don't want to run a bunch of random druids. So the rest of the druids have all scattered to deal with things on their own. So you guys are here by Mother.
Okay, so Ohm flips open his journal. He unclasps it, flips it open. Ah, yes, here. And he's going to cast a 5th level spell. I'm going to cast Circle of Power.
Oh shit, I don't know what that does. I guess I'm going to say that a bunch here for a little while.
An aura radiates from me in a 30-foot emanation for the duration. Me and my allies have advantage on saving throws against spell and other magical effects.
Oh man, okay. And you said it's a 30-foot aura that emanates from you or from the spot when you cast it?
It emanates from me.
Nice, okay. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, everybody's definitely in that.
Awesome. Okay, that is my action. Who's in more danger, Oli or Evatlia?
Probably Evatlia and Quavel, her ward.
Cuviel.
Quiviel?
Cuviel.
Cuviel.
Cuviel. I'm gonna yell out to Evatlia and say, Evatlia, great to see you. Combat does not determine who is right, but it does determine who is left. And I'm gonna cast a bardic inspiration on her.
Nice.
That was incredible.
Thanks.
All right.
So you get a D10.
D10.
It's a D10. Yeah.
Because we're high level.
Oh my.
So Ohm is a bard.
Love it.
And since it's the first one in the campaign, basically, the bardic is a D10. You can use it for the next hour. You can use it after you roll a D20.
Okay, that's what I was curious about, is like what can you use it on? So skill checks,
That's all I'm going to do.
saves, and attacks are going to be the main things. Okay. The couple of relic slots that went between Ohm and Evatlia were way off, so they just used all their movement stampeding this way. You hear more trees crashing and thundering, and it's going to be Evatlia's turn.
My.
Right out of the gate.
I only got 100 spells to choose from. Give me one minute. I am going to reach into my pouch that's on my left hip. I'm going to pull out some things that are palmed, and you're going to see sort of a flicker of light. And out of the left hand is going to come a fireball at
Oh, snap!
the relic slot closest to us.
Okay, the one right behind you or the one in front of you?
Behind.
Okay, this guy here. Okay.
Yeah, and that is a dex save of 17.
I can only imagine they have a negative. That's what they do. Not as negative as I thought it was going to be, but they still get a 3 as their result.
All right. And we're going to roll 8d6 for a total of 27 damage.
Hot dang. First attack of the campaign, 27 Joes.
Let's go. Votley OP.
And I don't know about that. And I can do this as a bonus action. I'm going to cast. I can't do that, right? Because I cast a spell.
Yeah, you. In fact, the rule is you can't cast a leveled spell as an action and a leveled spell as a bonus action. You can only do a cantrip and a leveled spell. So that's fair rules as written. I've always said if you've got the slots, you can cast whatever spells you have actions for.
Okay, well, I'm going to cast Shillelagh as a cantrip onto my staff.
Hell yeah.
That is my bonus action. I'm going to stay right within this aura that I'm in.
Okay. It is going to be the relic slot that is in front of you guys, and it is going to stomp forward. Boom, boom, boom. As it stomps, it slams its huge paw down. And when it does, a blast comes out from that spot of this just echoing thunder. It sends a shockwave that slaps into everybody within 15 feet. Kuviel needs to make it. Everybody needs to make it as you get just boom hit by this
What are we making?
shockwave of sound. A Constitution saving throw.
14.
Damn it, that's gonna be hard.
11 for
14.
Vatlia. I don't have a stat sheet for Kuviel.
Just roll a d20 and we'll figure it out from there. You know, if it's a 2, it doesn't matter. If it's a 19, it doesn't matter.
Oh. 2 for Kuviel.
8 for Ohm.
Everybody fails, and as this thunder slaps into you, you all take 15 damage.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, and it smacks into Daughter as well. She slams into the wall next to Mother. Mother seems fairly unfazed. Olindor, it is your turn.
Olindor yells out, "My fellow beasts, why?" As he does this, he sprints forward in between the two beasts, and he peers under one and waves his hand through the air, and from back behind Mother's tree to the front and then back behind the other side, a wall of fire erupts 20 feet into the air, walling off the two druids that are huddled back behind the tree from the rest of the fight. As this happens,
Nice.
this is a level 5 wall of fire. The relic sloth nearest the wall of fire will need to make a dex saving throw. I don't think anybody else is within range. No. We'll need to make a dex saving throw against 68 damage. So a dex saving throw against 26 damage has to get a 17.
Okay. Let's see. It rolled a natural 1.
Let's
So
go.
it's going to take 26 fire damage.
Yeah, it kind of and pulls away to go off a different direction.
As this happens, Olindor looks at his old friends and gives them a little smirk that they may know as a telltale familiar sign that he's about to do some shenanigans. He reaches down and curls himself up into a ball, and a glow comes from his center as he erupts into the perfect one-for-one copy visage of a fire elemental.
Baby.
So he's going to be sitting there in the middle of this irradiating fire.
Seth, which of these elemental minis do you like better for the fire elemental?
I mean, I like the one with the stone chest more. I don't know if it's as accurate. The other one's definitely more accurate. Yeah, I'll do the other one, the disfigured one.
The one that's like all
Yeah.
fire. Okay, it's in your morphs.
Oh, yeah.
It's in your morphs. You can transform into it.
I'm going to have so many morphs.
Episode 1. Shout out to Hellspire.
Shout out to Hellspire, baby. That's crazy. All right, and then it is going to be several relic slots in a row. So this guy's really far away, so he's just gonna come stampeding towards the grove. Ooh, this guy. Is he gonna make it into action? Not quite. Okay, what about this next one? Oh, this one's gonna make it into action though. He comes stampeding in, boom, 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 and then he is going to just rear back, and this time, as he slams into the ground, this wicked black tendrils go shooting out everybody. I need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw again. Or not everybody, sorry, just Ohm and Olendor.
I rolled a freaking another nat 1, a 6.
You're in your bubble still, unless you failed your Constitution save for that.
I didn't. I did remember to roll it. Okay, 15.
15 is a success.
I rolled a 20 something.
Okay,
21.
okay. All right, and then I've been forgetting to roll this. So success. So neither of y'all take any damage as this strange surge of darkness comes out of this creature. And then one more. Okay, it's the one behind you guys. The fireball hit it. It's confused. It goes and swings out and slams the ground again. This time, the earth crumbles underneath you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Let me see who all this hits. Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody needs to make me a dexterity saving throw as the ground...
It's Dex this time?
Dex this time, as the ground underneath you just explodes
advantage.
up. Yep, with advantage.
15.
Good, that's a success.
23.
17 for Valiant.
Okay, so everybody succeeds. Yeah,
That
let's
circle
get
of power is badass.
Kuviel
Kuviel
rolled 5.
succeeds. Wait, what?
5.
Kuviel got 5?
5. I don't have a modifier or anything. For
Okay,
this one.
yeah, no, that's...
She's also not level
Right,
1.
no, that's going to be a fail. So she is going to take all of the 19 damage. So I'm actually going to say that is enough to put her down, DB and O. So she goes, poof, and the ground like shoots up. A rock catches her in her chest and knocks her off her feet, knocks the wind out of her. Everybody else takes half of the 19. So you take 10,
So 9.
and you all avoid being knocked prone. Half of 19 is only 9? Yeah, you're right. It is back around to Ohm.
Okay. I'm going to look over and see Kuviel who's gone down, and I'm going to cast a 4th level mass healing word. It will affect everybody within 60 feet, any of my allies, 3d4 plus 5, so 17 healing since I'm going to use an action to everybody.
Okay. So she's laying there trying to catch her breath, and she just catches her breath and kind of scurries back on her butt, trying not to get stomped.
I'm going to actually toss her Bardic Inspiration with the bonus action so she can add a d10 to any saving throw as well.
Kuviel?
Yeah, Kuviel. I'm going to say, hang in there, girl. And I will end my turn.
Let's see who is left over here. So these guys are pretty far out, but they come running through here trying to crush through everything. This one's kind of going on the outside. Okay. And then it is going to be Ivatlia's turn.
Okay, I'm going to take my staff and just kind of trace a symbol in the air and say, "Be gone." I'm going to cast Blight on this one that's right next to me.
The one that is hovering over you. What does Blight do?
It's going to take 8d8 necrotic damage on a failed save.
Oh,
So it
damn.
needs to make a con save of 17.
It's got a good modifier, but not good enough. It's got a 13 on the total.
Okay. And that was at 4th level. 39.
Okay.
To that relic sloth.
So that is enough. It rears back. That's enough to defeat it.
Okay. As Ohm gave the inspiration to Kuviel, you'll see Kuviel look back at you, and she doesn't say anything, but she makes hand motions towards you. And as my bonus action on Ivatlia's turn, I'm going to look at Kuviel and make eye contact with her. And you're not going to hear anything, Ivatlia signs, run, get to safety. And so that's me telling Kuviel to retreat.
He'll just like quickly nods and begins trying to scurry away. Over behind, there's a big icicle that's been created by all this chaos, and she like ducks down behind it.
That's going to be my turn.
Okay. This big boy that got hit by the flame wall is freaking out. He goes to run away, and there's another relic sloth in his way. He slams into him, and then he slams back towards you guys and slaps another big paw on the ground. Everybody's going to need to make me a dexterity saving throw as flames explode.
Advantage.
With advantage.
Dirty 20.
Good.
21.
15.
Okay, so everybody succeeds, and y'all take out. This has the highest damage potential, but that roll was pitiful. So it was 10 damage. Take half of that. You only take 5.
Shit.
Plus, I have resistance, so I only take 2.
Oh.
Oh, hot dang.
Oh, yeah, you're a fire elemental. Oh, yeah.
Fire
I also need
elemental
to make
boy.
a Constitution saving throw against my concentration spell.
Hold on to your wall of fire. Yep. Same for you,
Oh,
Taylor.
what am I rolling?
We took 5 damage.
Pretty sure I took 2 damage.
You got to beat 10 unless you
I got
take more
a
than
12,
20 damage. All right.
So I think these 2 relic sloths closest to the wall of fire are probably close enough to take damage from it for ending their turn where they did.
If they're within 10
Yeah.
feet, they take damage. Yeah, then 2 of
Yes.
these guys will take
They'll
damage.
need to make a dex saving throw of 17 or take 26 fire damage.
Oh, man. One of them rolled a 15 on the die, but they have a negative. So, okay. So they both take 26 fire damage. Okay. I think that's exactly what you
It
rolled last
is.
time.
So then this part, this is going to get silly. Okay. So then this fire elemental is going to whip around his homies. He's going to get up in this relic sloth space. He's going to occupy
Okay.
the same space as the relic sloth. Once he gets there, he is going to make 2 touch attacks.
You've become a monster.
Absolute monster.
You're doing monster stuff.
Monster. So that is going to be a 10 to hit,
A 10 does not hit.
and that'll be like an 18 to
Okay.
hit. So it's going to take 9 fire damage. So it's then going to be on fire. And then the elemental is going to end its turn here, which will then cause an additional 5d10 fire damage to engulf the creature.
5.
Yeah. So then that will be an additional 30 fire damage.
The
Um,
relic sloth is fully dead.
Oh, it's already dead. I already killed it.
Yeah. Crashes to the ground, and
Oh.
its elemental sparks fizzle out.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I still have movement. So he's gonna go into this other relic sloth
Getting
space,
cocky over here.
which will do another 5d10 damage to that
My
creature.
God. All right.
He's getting cocky.
So that will be
Cocky against these
28 fire
little relic
damage
sloths.
to that relic sloth. It will take 5d10 fire damage at the start of each of its turns as long as it's on
Wow.
fire.
Okay.
And I think technically there's more things I can do, but I feel bad already, so
Yeah,
I'm stop.
I think it's enough. So another one comes stampeding in. It sees all the fire going on, and it kind of peels off to the right a little bit as it's running in to avoid the fire. This one right next to it, he stampedes straight through the whole group of you guys. You have to kind of dodge out of the way, but no text there. Now this next guy, he is going to stomp through the chaos of the middle of all this, and he is going to slam down next to these guys. Ohm and Ivatlia need to make me Constitution saving throws again, as another thunderous slams out of this guy.
23 with advantage.
Natural 20.
Okay,
Let's go.
so y'all both take half of 14 and are not re-deafened.
All right, I'm going to make my con saving throw. All right, saved.
All right, and then it's
Concentration.
your turn. You are in the muck now. One of these things just fell next to you, and then there's two of them stampeding over you.
Just on top of me. Okay, I'm gonna do something crazy. You see Ohm reach into the interior part of his robe and he pulls out this little jagged dagger, and with my other hand flip the book all the way to the back, the very last page in my little journal, and I'm going to read a little passage and cast Steel Wind Strike.
What does that do?
I choose up to 5 creatures. On a hit, a target takes 6d10 force damage.
My God. Okay.
So I'm going to roll it attack, which is a +9 with this dagger.
Okay.
First one, 13 to hit. One of
A
them.
13 just hits.
Oh, all right. 6d10, 35 force
Ooh,
damage.
Okay.
As I whip this dagger back around with a 19 to hit. And it's going to do 41 force damage to that
My
one.
gosh. I imagine you pull the dagger out and you start reading the book, and the dagger leaves your hand and just starts whipping around in the air magically.
Yeah, it like zips over to the first one and slashes them with this magical energy and then zips across. Was it just 2 within range?
What was the range? I believe it's just 2.
It's within 30 feet.
Oh, maybe not. Let's see. You're right here. I'll say you can't get this guy. I'll say you can get this one other guy that's currently being toasted by a creature inside of it.
So you see the daggers zip over that direction, and on that one I rolled 11 to hit.
Oh, it misses him.
All right.
Gonna see through all the madness.
In turn.
All right, Seth, it is the one that you are inside of and that is on fire. When does he take the extra fire damage?
Hey,
At
yo.
the start of his
Okay, all right, roll that up because I think it's gonna kill him.
Okay. 5d10. Oh boy, 32 fire damage.
Oh yeah. Okay, so he.
And as the sloth
Goes
goes,
down.
down, Ollie is just screaming with rage and sadness because he does not want to kill these beasts. But he understands that they have been afflicted.
They are sick rapidly and aggressively. So this one's actually going to run around the tree behind you guys and not actually interact directly with y'all. And then it's going to be Evatlia's turn because it's a traffic jam right here in front of Mother.
Mm-hmm. Both these two are standing on either side of me. And
Yep.
home.
Yep, they're quite close to you. They're within a few feet of you. They're in touch range.
Okay. I'm going to take my staff, twist it in my palm a couple times, and then I'm going to crouch and slam it into the ground, and I'm going to cast Thunder Wave
Ooh.
at level 5. It's going to hit
Okay,
Om,
that's what I was going to
but I think
ask
Om can
is
take it.
what's the shape? So, okay, you're just going to hit him with it. All right.
so it's going to be a con save of 17.
Oh, yeah, they both fail for sure.
Palm passed with a 25.
My
Good,
man.
good.
It's going to be 31 damage, and on a save, you'll take half damage.
Wow.
They get pushed 10 feet back.
Okay, all right.
On a successful save, you do not move.
Okay, so you kind of, when they both, these huge beasts just kind of stumble back on their back legs, and as they do so, both of them, mechanically, you got them low enough, they both go running back off the way they came, and they're effectively out of the fight.
Oh, retreating.
Mhm.
That's my turn.
All right, cool beans. And then it is Olindor's turn. There's one more that's headed straight through the gathering spot. The rest of them seem to be spreading
It's
out.
heading for the gathering spot.
Yeah, this one here is still charging straight at your friends and Mother.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
It's all right. Y'all all have brand new level 11 characters to get used to.
Okay, so best all I can tell, everything is retreating from Mother except for this one.
Yeah, except for this one right here.
So, as a bonus action, Ollie is going to drop out of Fire Elemental.
Oh, okay.
He's going to pull up a new Wall of Fire,
hmm
this time at 4th level. Yeah, I mean, it's 60 foot long,
Something
20
like
foot tall.
this.
Yeah, to revert the trajectory of the relic sloth. Boom! 20-foot wall of fire right in front of him as he just thinks to himself, please, please, creature.
This wall of fire up, boom, boom, is about to go through it, and like it comes up in his face, and he back and runs off the other way, and we are going to end combat.
Hey, whiz!
So you hear Cuviel coughing, trying to catch your breath over in the corner.
I'm gonna run over to her. Probably seems okay after a mass healing word, but I'm also going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on her, just to make sure she's feeling okay.
Yeah, and as you're performing the spell on her, you can feel that internally some stuff got really jacked up, so you're still trying to fix that. Her shirt is covered in blood. She definitely took a big hit. She still seems more dazed from it than anything. She tugs at your sleeve and she signs out, "Is it over?"
Yes, it's over.
As everybody comes back out and starts to gather up, I cast another mass healing word and give 25 HP. I can target up to 6 people, so I'd like to imagine I get a couple of the other druids that are there.
There's a few other people. Yeah, and you see people kind of limping back. Other people are casting healing spells on each other, and people are putting on poultices and stuff, trying to tend to one another. And everybody's just looking around, and after the immediate check, everybody kind of does the number counts in your head. It doesn't look like anybody's missing. It doesn't look like anybody's gravely wounded. In fact, Kuviel seems to be one of the most. And daughter is just standing next to mother, crying, holding onto her sleeve. Mother, for the first time you've seen her move, she reaches up really, really slowly. Her hand reaches up and rests on daughter's shoulder, and she kind of just leans her head in to touch heads, and daughter stops crying. Mother then reaches out, and her hand seems to just unnaturally just keep going super far. She reaches all the way over and lays a hand on the dead relic sloth sitting before her, and as she does so, the sloth rapidly goes through the process of decomposing. You see, it's almost like time seems to sit still, and flies land on it, and maggots are hatched and eat the flesh, and then ants come and pick the bones clean, and then the bones decay and crumble into dust, and it all just settles into the earth and disappears. Her hand comes back, and she ceases moving once again. Daughter leans down next to her for a moment, and then she stands up. She speaks. Mother understands that the time for being passive has passed, and something truly must be done. She apologizes. We apologize for not doing something sooner. We'll break you into 3 groups. Horf, Gonchor, Kinzaudon. You will head to the east, investigate the nature of this beam, and where it came from. Badox, Klon, Unthana, Jackfree. You will go north to the troubled lands that seem to be suffering most. Help the animals if you can, but do protect those that are innocent as well. Finally, Om, Olendor, Ivatlia, Mother has a special mission for you. We believe that there may be some additional information about the source of all of this. You see, there's someone missing from our council tonight. Dorgol, whose domain was that north of the Copperstone mines, from the pass between the Eclarion and the Copperstones to the confluence of the Maidon and Vichon rivers. He was a kind and loving druid, and it's our understanding that he has passed as part of all of this. An old friend of Mother's resides at the Confluence Guildhall. You are to seek out Tormund Greybeard, as we believe he should have more information about all of this. Hopefully, you can do more than just stymie the wound, and seek out the source of what is causing all of this.
Understood. Please tell Mother that we will do our best to bring harmony back to nature.
Mother lifts a finger, and an iris that had been stomped beneath you rises up, and it opens up and flowers its bud to you, as if to say thank you.
Nod.
She nods ever so slightly.
Ollie walks up unceremoniously close to Mother, ignoring anybody who has a problem with
You
it.
can see daughter's spine stiffen a little bit.
And he kneels down, pecks her on the forehead with the kiss.
You can see just the faintest little grin form on her face.
Daughter, while I will accompany these two on this mission, Cuviel is not meant for this fight. I'd request a companion be sent with her back to the Mahogany Heart, where she may continue her work.
It's too dangerous a mission for one so young. Cuviel, you were quite brave. You should be proud of your efforts. Jack Free steps forward. I can accompany her back, my lady.
Very well. Cuviel,
He nods to his other companions. He says, I'll catch up with you later.
thank you.
Cuviel looks at you anxiously, but she understands that this is the right plan. She opens up her hands and hands you a little origami bird made out of a thick green leaf.
Cuviel.
She signs to you, it will keep you safe on your journey.
I signed back. Thank you. I will take care of it with great attention. And I give her a hug.
Aww.
I'll walk over towards Olander, put my arm around him and say, well, you haven't changed much, Ollie.
Oh man, you got old.
Yeah, as one does.
Ollie's gonna look over, and is anything still on fire from his flaming eruptions?
The fire's mostly getting tamed, but there's still a few blazes here and there.
As Ollie's looking down at Ohm, saying, I have something for you. He waves the back of his hand, and a 30-foot wide wall of water washes away the rest of the flames.
Oh, nice. Just
He reaches down, pops out a cartoon hole, and slaps it on the ground and crawls down in it. And he's ridging around down in this hole. And it's like, where did I put that thing? And you kind of hear a strumming bang as he crawls back out of the hole and picks the hole up. He goes, oh, I ran off on you last time we were hanging out in those woods over there, wherever that was, and I totally forgot that I had your fucklukin Bandor the whole time. But I kept it safe for you.
Oh. And I reach out both hands as I walk towards him, just mesmerized. I'm like, the fuck, Lucan?
Yeah, I don't know why you named that, bud, but yeah, here you go.
How long has it been? 6-7 years you've been just carrying this with you.
Oh, more like 10, old man.
Well, I'll have to tune her up, but she looks as beautiful as ever. And I'll grab it, and then I've got a little cloth pouch. It looks like a little coin purse hanging from my belt, and I'm going to open it up and drop it down in there. My bag of holding.
Ollie's going to look over. He's going to kind of wag his finger and start smiling real big, and he's going to go, oh, Evatlia, you sly old fox, you. I haven't seen you in forever, since I was a wee lad of 45.
Ollie,
Yes?
be careful who you're calling old.
Yes, madam. Then he kind of nudges on with his elbow.
It's nice to see you as well.
Yes, Avatlia, it's great to see you. I've missed you as well. It's good to be back here.
It's great to see you as well, friend. Shall we?
okay. Yeah, shall we? And with that, I think we fade that scene out. And I want to do one last thing before we call it a night here.
You son of a bitch. What are you doing?
No. This is good. This is fun.
Thought you were about to pull a plot twist.
Now you all need to make new characters. These guys don't work. No. Now, as we fade out of that scene, we open up on a quiet and calm scene, an overhead view of the Temple of Husin. Late evening, as a bright moon shines down on this temple, when out of the quiet, the birds suddenly scatter off of the roof of the Temple of Husin, and a moment later, this massive, giant pillar of light explodes through the roof of the tower. The next scene, we're scanning across all sorts of people all across Biltuna looking up at this. We see members of the Confluence, Solarian soldiers of the Eladrin Elves on patrol. We see the Shining Eagles upon the walls of Pokarit.
Wow.
We see Tak Jocko standing outside the entrance of the Jade Temple. The entire continent, people seem to be looking up at this thing. We continue forward from this moment into the future a little bit. We hear the sounds of a combat. A great hosts of empowered beasts are flooding towards Pokerit. We see them bashing against the walls of Okerjest as well, and descending onto cities that you three have never seen before. Some of these places, like Okerjest and Pokerit, that are prepared and have been fighting this fight and have good walls, seem to be faring quite well. But there's other cities that don't have large walls and weren't prepared for this and haven't been dealing with the bestial plight, that are just getting overrun by these sudden influx of powerful creatures. We fast forward a little bit more and see our 3 new party members traveling south. You pass through the scorched remains of the old boar forest, and then through the Valley of Cinders and past Okerjest. As they continue their journey, we see more personal impacts across the continent. We see those Nemagus merchants with their great orca writhing in confusion. We see the relic sloths from the Druid Grove breathing heavily, being tended to by Daughter. We see Sunbeam fade back into the Feywild. We also see Revenge. Her body is failing to keep a solid form, and as she tries to take steps forward, her legs become shaky and she just melts into mud and melts back into the earth forever. We also see Jeffrey lying in the arms of the innkeeper that Joel left him with, as he lets out one last wheeze of a green cloud and collapses. We see Bushi Evermead in the guild hall with a speak scroll that, as he reads it, his face begins to droop in sorrow and a tear rolls down his eyes. We see the Eladrin and Solaria gathered about a brilliant, empty casket adorned with a symbol of the sun and the name Pomerel. As the ceremony ends and the light of the sun ignites the casket, all of the people toast. We pass across the wilderness and see orcs battling beasts, men defending their cities and prey becoming predator as the natural order twists and convulses and changes. But we also see elves tending to animals that are most twisted by this power of the sphere. We see swaths of civilians welcomed into the safe walls of Pokerit, defended by the shining eagles that remain behind. We see Takjako receiving more people in to Osachiski and defending them behind the great walls of that capital. We also see a dark blade cleave through a frost giant. Finally, we see Takjako arriving at the Temple of Husin, guided there by the brilliant light that all on the continent saw, to find nothing but a massive crater in the ground where it once stood. In the end, we see our new party approaching a place where river meets, walking up the steps to the Confluence Guild Hall. And I think that's a good spot to call it for tonight.
Yeah, thanks. I really wanted to cry tonight. That was great. Fucking asshole.
That was awesome.
Aww.
Got a Jeffrey, got a Revenge, a Sunbeam. Wow. We had a little glimmer of hope there at the end. That was awesome. I love our characters. I'm excited.
I am so jazzed. Once again, y'all knocked it out of the park. Fantastic characters all
Thanks.
around.
They're an eclectic group.
Yeah, I think they're awesome.
They are. I love it. I feel like they have a good unifying, like, not vibe. That's the wrong word. Their vibes are, like you said, a little bit eclectic, but they've got I don't know, they're wholesome.
Yeah. And they've got this connected thread from the past, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. But it's not so, like, intertwined where it's like,
Yep.
Y'all still have some discovery to do with each other. So I think that'll be
Exactly.
fun.
I'm excited.
I'm absolutely
Yeah,
jazzed.
they haven't been walking hand in hand for years, but they're more aware of each other, less close to each other.
Right. Yeah. It still wouldn't be weird to be like, so do you have any kids? You
Yeah.
know, like you haven't seen each other in a long time.
That was fun.
That was a
All right.
blast.
Good night.
Blast.
We're back. Book 3. Whoop,
We're
whoop,
still
whoop, whoop.
baby.
Book 3.